What is going on, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? How y'all doing? You are on the sidelines with the Sideline guys. It's your boy, your favorite host, your favorite neighborhood mediator, your boy Dwayne, joined by the very host of this very show, my two favorite people. Y'all know them, y'all love them. It's been a minute since we've seen them, but y'all already know they back in full effect, ready to give y'all some great opinions. We got some NBA talk, and of course, it is the opening week, guys, of NFL season. So we are getting ready to open up and let you guys know our thoughts, predictions, and what we have ahead for this, what's probably going to be roller coaster, crazy NFL season. But nonetheless, we're getting ready. So allow me to just introduce these two hosts. If you don't know them already, to my left over here, he is part of the Bills Mafia, as you know. He is also a resident. He's also, unfortunately, a resident neighborhood New York Knick / New York Yankee, even though the Yankees can actually hold their own, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. To my left, my boy, Jonathan Torado. How you doing, sir?
What's up? Just remember, Parker, Bills Mafia, not this dumbass Patriot shit. Cam Newton's a bum type shit. This Bills Mafia. We jumping through tables. We getting dubs. Let's go.
Bro,
Speaking of which,
Josh Allen is a white Walmart. Cam Newton, get out of
here. That great value, huh?
Well, speaking of great value, that leaves me to our next host, your boy. You already know him, ladies and gentlemen. This is your man who is, of course, a #1 Cam fan, which currently means he is a New England Patriot at the moment.
That's
formerly known as a Carolina Panther. Sorry, Carolina. It is
Don't talk about that.
And also your friendly neighborhood James Harden loving Houston Rockets Soren, and of course we cannot forget that Florida Gator chomping, my man.
I respect that. Okay.
Parker Gailey, how you doing, sir?
Man, I love that introduction. Thank you for that. I'm doing fantastic. Let's ride, boys.
Let's ride.
Let's roll with it, baby.
So,
let's roll with it.
Let's go ahead and let's just talk a little brief on some NBA action, ladies and gentlemen. As you know, it has been one crazy since this restart, being in the bubble, and just the fact that we're in September and we're still in NBA season right now. Normally, this would have, in a normal world, this would have been over by now. We would have been talking about the start of a new NBA season at some point. But it is what it is. Pandemics happen, and as you can see, the sports world is shooken and all over the place. But nonetheless, we have gone through the first round of the NBA playoffs. We're in the midst of the second round, getting ready to go into the final round before the NBA finals. So, fellas, what have you guys thought about these second round matchups so far? Are they what you expected, or are they kind of just like half and half?
Honestly, what I expected, not maybe what everyone was hoping for, but no, this is exactly what I expected. I will say there's only one surprise. That's the Nuggets actually have won a game and then are kind of sticking with it. But no, I thought the Heat would smack the Bucks. I thought the Rockets-Lakers would be a long series. And then Celtics and Toronto. I mean, that surprised me the way that started, but I mean, we see what happens now. You know, they're going neck and neck. So pretty much exactly what I expected.
I would say same for me. I didn't think the Heat would be 3-0 against the Bucks. You know,
I don't know about that.
I thought they would. So my brother's a diehard Heat fan, all Miami all the time. Been since way back of like Lonzo Mourning running the team. And I feel like I always had to hate them because of that, because I don't, you know, I just naturally.
Yeah, brother.
Right. So, man, look, I'll say this: Miami is just deep, right? So they have Jimmy as a star. Adebayo's getting there, but the rest of the team is just a bunch of young undrafted people or late round picks. And Pat Riley's just been balling out in the front office like always, bro. Like he is just getting guys that we would have never thought would be able to be a hooper. Maybe Tyler Harrell, because Harrell was kind of a known prodigy coming in. But the other guys like Nunn and Duncan Robinson, I never knew who they were, you know?
Yeah.
But they, you know, Eric Spoelstra, I'll tell you this. He's finally proven he's a good coach, and people can't just say, oh, it's because of Bron or because of Wade or because of Bosh back in the day, obviously. He's proving that he can coach. So, like I always – and we talked about this in the previous pod. For me, I want a coach that proves he can do stuff with less, right? So, like Nick Nurse is doing very good without Kawhi. Eric Spoelstra is doing good without superstars on his team.
Yeah.
I mean, I know obviously Miami, Milwaukee, while we're recording, they're playing now, and it's 34-32 at the moment. Milwaukee's up, but with Giannis out, I feel like
Yep.
they're the Coach Budenholzer's even doing really well without a superstar. I mean, the ball's moving better. They won the other night to make it 3-1. If they win tonight, it's 3-2. Giannis maybe comes back and falls in line, if you want to call it. I mean, I can't really say fall in line because he's MVP. But it ain't
MVP.
over. Fake ball. Facts. That's the Harden thing there.
No, it's not even just Harden. Like, I'd give it to LeBron over Giannis this year.
Right. We talked about that before too.
Yeah.
So I mean, Houston Lakers, I think that could go 7. That was kind of my prediction before. I thought they'd meet each other way before that. Toronto, Boston, again, so Nick Nurse and Brad Stevens are both proving how good of a coach they are.
Right?
Right?
That's like the coaching battle right there.
They're just masterminds. They're absolutely killing it. And Clippers, Denver, it's gonna take Jamal Murray and Jokic being stocked in them alone. Like they need to play superstar. Not like last game they lost because Murray had 6 for 20 from the field and 17 points. He needs to be 30 points a game plus.
To
have a chance.
What
That's
he's been
just
doing
for a
against the
chance.
Jazz. Yeah.
Right. That's just for a chance. I still don't even think they could win that because Michael Porter Jr. is still young and has a lot of development. I think we see. I mean, Lakers. It's just the Rockets went small, and I think AD, with him being big, he can still play against small players. So that's their advantage, right? Lakers can still have a big guy out there who can fit. So I think the Lakers still win it all, or win that series. I hope Denver beats the Clippers. I hate the Clippers. I don't like them at all. I don't like Kawhi. I don't like fraud George. He's a fucking fraud. He ain't shit.
Beverly, Morris, all of them.
Yeah, man. They're and Morris. That's a whole other thing, man. He's trying to say he's not a dirty player. Bro, I'm a Knicks fan. Okay, sadly, again, I always say this sadly, but he was with us before he went to the Clips. He hit somebody in the head with the ball, slammed him in the fucking face. He had multiple flagrant fouls where he threw him on the ground. He's a dirty player.
Yeah.
I mean, he is a dirty player. So
I mean, I want the Clippers gone because when the Rockets go to the next round, they just can sweep past the Nuggets and go to the finals.
Hey, look, I'm not. I like LeBron and I just even then on the sidelines group and everything. Like even Dwayne. Every time LeBron loses, Dwayne's giving some criticisms. But I wouldn't mind if the Rockets won. You know what I mean? I think what's killing them, and if I feel bad for Harden, is their point guard always kills him. So whether it's Chris Paul getting injured and not being there, or with Golden State against Golden State, or Westbrook being Westbrook in the bad way.
Let me tell you this, boys. Dude, what the fuck? No, the Lakers. That's what the Lakers. If they're trying to go big on us, that's the mistake they're gonna make. Like if they're gonna try to pound JaVale and Dwight Howard against us, AD and LeBron are gonna get theirs. That's how it is. So it's just who's gonna step up, and obviously Rockets were down 21 last game, came back. Fucking Russ played like shit. I mean, I still feel optimistic. Daniel House is out tonight, which sucks, but Eric Gordon kind of is getting his flow. Robert Covington looks fantastic.
Eric Gordon looks hurt.
Dude, Eric Gordon always looks hurt. Eric Gordon is always hurt.
Fair enough.
But he does. Eric Gordon makes you nervous because he's the type of player that even when he's healthy, he walks weird. I don't know.
Yeah, okay. Maybe that's what I'm seeing because I'm watching. I'm like, yo, this man really he's timid. He's
watch how he plays around the rim. That's how I know. If he's finishing, he's not hurt. But
I feel you.
I mean, we'll see what happens. I'm excited for it. I mean, that's why OKC took us so far. We didn't have Russ, and then OKC's guard play. That's what's going to take down the Rockets is good guard play, and they had 3 good guards that series. Right. So.
And that's what the Lakers need is a miracle at the guard spot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's called LeBron and Anthony Davis running their 1 and 2, and everyone else get the hell out the way.
Yeah, you're not lying about that.
But I mean, I'm excited. NBA playoffs are looking good. I mean, I think we got some good matchups. So, we're rolling.
Yeah, rolling. I'm loving it, man.
So, fellas, tell me really quick, while we're still on the NBA talk, who realistically, based off what you have currently seen so far, do you see going to the finals at this very moment?
Ooh. So that's because it's tough right now because I'll tell you this. I think I could see a case for, and I'm obviously biased. I could see a case for all three of the Western Conference teams going to like Clippers, LA, and Rockets. I could see winning the finals.
Mm-hmm.
Same with at this point. I thought earlier in the week I'd have told you all four of these teams in the East probably could have a chance because at that time, I mean, when you're playing one team from the West in a 7-game series, who knows what's going to happen? Obviously, we've seen LeBron. That's how he's had success, win 3 out of 7. But the West catches up with him. But I mean, now I think the Bucks. I mean, 3-0. I mean, it's the bubble, but I think the Bucks are done, and I think the same way. But if I had to go with one, I think the Heat. They don't have that superstar, and that's going to catch up to them in a Eastern Conference Finals. And I think same thing with Toronto. I just don't think they have that guy that's going to step. I mean, Jimmy Butler's that guy for the Heat, but I just think that when you have Brad Stevens and then you have Kemba and Jason Tatum, who's a rising star. I mean, you could say he's a superstar now, depending on who you are. But I'm going to go Celtics. When everyone was on the Celtics hype wagon, I was just like, I'll see them go to maybe the Eastern Conference Finals, but I see them going to the West, or I'm sorry, to the finals, and I see, you know what, boys, I'm gonna go with my Rockets. I have to.
Oh my god!
I can't.
Oh my god!
I can't doubt them.
Well,
Absolutely.
so and speaking to what you said, Parker, when it comes, so the two players you mentioned right away with Toronto and Miami is Siakam and Butler. They're like that half a tier below superstar to me.
Well,
like
Siakam to me is like he's a
star, like not superstar.
I think there's a star, an all-star, and a superstar. Jimmy Butler's like all-star, and like if he drops a couple more 40-point games in the playoffs, and he's getting there. Siakam's not there yet. Siakam's not there.
I agree.
Siakam's a star who could potentially be
the all-star superstar. Yeah. Right. Yeah, I agree. So, I mean, but then again, this is where playoffs are where those are made, though, right? So, if Siakam or Butler, and almost what you said with Butler, a couple more 40-point games, I'm putting them right there. So,
exactly.
Okay. So I think the winner of the Rockets Lakers wins the West. I'll say that. That's my prediction. No matter what, who wins that series wins the West. And on the East, I'm going with my early prediction. And with the East, it just changes like every moment. I feel like
I know
Boston, and I say that because I'm the biggest fan of Kemba. I've been the biggest fan of Kemba since UConn. So he's got to be the difference maker. So I think that's possible. I think it'll be Boston, Rockets, or Lakers.
Rockets.
I never hated the Rockets. Look, you know what? I really wanted Chris Bosh to end up on the Rockets. Back, what was it? 4 or 5 years ago?
Yep.
Way better than what Dwight was there, right? Like they could have ran.
Yep.
To the AD for what.
Yep.
To LeBron, what Bosh would have been to Harden.
I mean, in hindsight, I'm glad they didn't because we'd have had him for 1 year and then he would.
The hard thing. Well, I'm saying if none of that ever happened, for sure. But if he was there, it's crazy. You know what's crazy? Every time Houston's about to get a player, they end up having a heart disorder. You remember Coutinho Mobley?
Yep.
He was about to get traded to y'all, and he had a heart disorder.
Yep. And then freaking, hey, we got the champion that beat a heart disorder, Uncle Jeff Green up in here. But he saved us in that OKC series, so hopefully he shows up tonight.
Listen, the most underrated player in the league. I don't care what anybody says. This man's making $1 million a year.
Yeah, Jeff Green is highly underrated.
You got what's the dude from he used to play for the Heat. Tyler something.
Hansborough?
No, the guard. He played for the Heat for like 2 years and then went to Brooklyn or something, I think.
Is he the light skinned guy?
No, white boy.
I don't know.
Oh my god, I can't remember his name. He makes like $18 million a year.
Yeah, I mean,
how the hell is someone like he's not doing nothing? That's just me, but
that's crazy.
We didn't even know his name. but yeah.
Oh, wow. That's one for the
Celtics Rockets. And say before we get off NBA, tell me Celtics Rockets wouldn't be a fun ass finals.
It'd be amazing. So I mean, for the NBA history wise, they would want to see Celtics Lakers. I'm like, the cycle's back, a new decade. We're gonna start off with
Magic Johnson. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, fucking talk about it every week, every day, probably.
But give a shit anymore.
Straight entertainment. Damn, that'd be entertaining, bro. And mind you, the Celtics like to go small just as much as the Rockets do.
Oh, I know.
Like they play tight. Like
they don't go small. like
Well,
like the Rockets, but they go small.
Smaller,
Like
right.
small. Yeah, I mean they go like the Rockets are small. Their center's 6'5". Like,
Well, thanks. So I mean, I think
they do like to go the original small ball. Like I see what you're saying. I know.
Right. If it's just guys who can ball 1 through 5 can ball handle, shoot, do everything. You know what I mean? So
exactly.
we dope.
All right. Well, fellas, that being said, that does it for our round of NBA talk for this. So I really hope you guys enjoyed that and give your thoughts below. Quick moment before you go into this NFL talk. We just want to say, first and foremost, we forgot to do this, but we want to thank you guys for listening and tuning in to us right here on the Sideline, guys. So if you're new to Sideline, guys, we'd like to say, hey, if you're watching us on YouTube, make sure you stop, look down below, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. So that way, when you do that, you already know anytime Sideline, guys, and some of our other shows like Pass the Ox and Perennial Powerhouse Podcast, college football season is in full effect as well. So, well, half of it anyways, but for the most part, enough of it, so where you can check out my man Parker on Perennial Powerhouse Podcast, you know what I'm saying? And so much more, such as Time Out with my man Jonathan and so many other things that you guys can check out. So make sure you hit subscribe, hit that bell notification, and you'll stay alert with every video that we drop. If you are on Spotify and or Apple Music or Apple Podcasts, go ahead and make sure you hit those 5 stars, leave a review, leave a nice little comment, let us know where you from, what your name is, so we can shout you out on every episode of Sideline, guys. Same thing with you, Spotify, hit that follow button up there. And also, thank you to our family, our partner, sixfamiliesradio.com. If you're listening on this, we also want to thank you as well, because we always appreciate you guys for tuning in with us daily, just like you folks on TuneIn. Thanks for tuning in with us on TuneIn. So that being said, all things aside, let's get to the meat of today's topics in the Sideline, guys. Fellas, the NFL season is finally here. A season that is crazy. What an interesting yet what a roller coaster year. We know we've had tons of trials and tribulations, a lot of questions for that matter on if we would get an NFL season, but for the most part, it is here. We are in opening week, starting with those super Tampa Bay Buccaneers going against those good old New Orleans Saints this upcoming Thursday night. So, fellas, are y'all ready? What are your thoughts on this season?
I just have to say, with all the bullshit we've gone through this year, football's back, baby.
Football's here,
Football's here, baby. I mean, come on. Every Sunday I have a tradition. I wake up, I stretch. Yeah, it feels good, right? I get my lucky football out, my jersey, and I start drinking. Because Bills Mafia, that's all we do, baby. We drink, baby. We drink apple juice, because I don't know how we're allowed to stay on here, but we drink apple juice. That's what we do. Either way, man, I'm fucking hype. It's football. It's the smell of football Sunday, and granted, Thursday starts football, but the first football Sunday is the best. It's like a holiday.
Yeah,
holiday for me. All the snacks and all the food I order. I always have people over every week for all the Bills games, but I'm ready, man. I'm ready.
Who's the Bills matchup first week?
Oh, we have Jets. The Jets, yeah.
Oh, easy money.
Oh, easy money. Listen, no. So I will say this.
Alert.
Only
Jets, Jets.
You mean you talk about the New Jersey Jets? Because I hate when they call them the New York Jets. They play in Jersey. Let's be real. We're the only New York team is Buffalo. Okay, Buffalo Bills.
Say, not the Giants.
The only true, yeah. Go figure.
No, I will tell you this. I will tell you this right now. I mean, just get this off the bat. Thursday Night Football. All this hype surrounding Tampa. By the way, I picked up Leonard Fournette in the 15th round of my fantasy league.
Okay.
The next day, picked up to the Bucks. What's up?
Okay.
What's up?
Oh, I love my fantasy team, but we ain't. Let me say, the Bucks are gonna get booty raped on Thursday night. Straight off the bat. The Saints are gonna roll in there and pound them. I'm talking like 40-10.
Damn, you think the Saints gonna go crazy on them?
Saints gonna go crazy.
Ooh, ladies and gentlemen, you hear that? That's a hot take coming from my man Parker.
I hope not. I do have Mike Evans as my starting receiver, so I hope not. But I'm just telling you, with all this hype surrounding Tampa, let's not forget the Saints. The Saints are a top 4 team in the NFL.
You're not wrong. The defense, offense. Oh, yeah.
So I'm going the same. I'm going the Aints. They're gonna whoop that ass.
Hey,
But-
so continuity is most important. I mean, everybody in the Bucks is brand new.
Yep.
So the Saints have been together, I mean, mostly forever, right? The Drew Brees, Sampe, and all that. These first few weeks, even though not many players play in the preseason anyway, because a lot of star players never play in the preseason, it's going to be maybe the first 2 weeks are like preseason-esque, not as crazy plays, more vanilla plays from the playbook, and not as many risks, deep ball passes or anything like that. Blitzes.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
I don't know. That's the thing. I just think the Saints will come out. The Saints will come out popping. No, nothing vanilla, just slinging it like they usually do. So, I know we ain't talking first game predictions, but I just wanted to say that right off the bat that the Bucks going to get slapped this Thursday night.
We could go game by game. We could do whatever. But
oh no.
Hey, look, I just know my Bills are going to beat the Jets. It is what it is. Jets have no offensive line, no receivers. Josh Allen's my predicted MVP. I know it's a little early.
Oh, shit. Do I
It's a little
bias?
early. Nope.
Uh-oh.
Nope.
Hey, honestly, we'll talk about that.
We'll talk about that.
We
can talk about
Now,
it.
now, you did mention that you don't want to go with game by game predictions. So let's just narrow it down. We all respectively have our own teams here.
Yep.
So
True.
At least give a realistic view of what you think for opening week, your team, how they will do in week 1.
I mean, my team's going to win. The Patriots are going to slap the Dolphins, right? I mean, it's the Dolphins. So, I mean, I think the Dolphins will actually put up a fight, believe it or not. I mean, I just think that you're about to – I mean, we'll get into it later, but you're about to unleash a beast. And Cam Newton, baby. Bill Belichick.
I think you're overrating the shit out of that bum. I'm just saying.
Have you not seen all the reports out of camp, though? Seriously, have you not seen anything?
Hey, listen.
They say they never even the receivers. Some of the receivers, like, I've never even seen him leave. Like, every time I get there, he's there. Every time I leave, he's still practicing. Bill Belichick said he's the hardest working player he's ever coached.
I just don't think it's physically possible for him. I think that
shoulder
injury he has.
Too.
Yeah, Belichick. No.
Belichick doesn't normally
Belichick
praise
is a
people.
salty ex that says shit like that to piss off Tom Brady. That's what's Belichick. Let's be
but think
real
about,
here.
he said he's the hardest working player he's ever had. Think about all the guys he's had, Teddy Bruschi, all these guys that are like
The man he knows he has to give confidence in his guy. He's still a starting quarterback.
But Belichick's not the type of guy to come out and say something that he doesn't mean. Come on.
He just cheats.
Oh, shut the Hey, I'd rather be a cheater and have Super Bowls than lose 4 in a row. You know what I mean?
I wish we cheated at least one of them. Some bullshit.
Oh, I know.
That's a whole other thing. But
That is
so Bills, Jets, for me, I think the Bills are going to come out firing. Stephon Diggs, Cole Beasley, John Brown, Devin Singletary, Zach Moss, Dawson Knox, Josh Allen. We're going to light it up. Oh, no. I have some stats for you for that, buddy. I think they're gonna come out firing. No blowout, nothing like that. Maybe 24.
No, I think the Bills are a solid team this year. I'm just fucking with you, but they will win. I think the Patriots will win 35-17, something like that. So,
yeah, I hope Cam does good. I think it's bullshit that some quarterbacks that are like third string are making more than Cam, than Jameis.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean,
whatever. We'll prove them wrong, but yeah, I got the Pats winning for sure. And then of course, I got the Pats winning the division. I mean, easy money.
Uh-oh.
We'll get into that in a second. Let's let Dwayne do his little Titans prediction. What's your week 1?
Hey,
What's your tighten up prediction, man?
Listen, man, it's not going to be an easy matchup. I'm actually calling a straight defensive game. One of the first defensive games. I am excited defensively for the first time because we now got that boy Jadeveon Clowney on top of Vic Beasley, on top of some young defense that got a nice little core of young and seasoned vets here. So I'm excited to see how this defense is looking this year. This will probably be the best. And then of course, my man's back. You know what I'm saying, from being an injury. So, it's going to be a good defensive game because Denver's got defensive pieces that kind of got injured last year so that we get to kind of see what's gonna happen.
Denver's on the cusp too. Like Denver isn't a team to play around with that thing.
They're
Never
not,
have been,
and
yeah.
that's why I'm not overlooking them. I'm thinking it's gonna be a good defensive battle. You'll see some offense, of course. I'm gonna score. I'm gonna say it's gonna be like a low scoring kind of game, maybe.
Oh yeah.
14-17.
That's a ground and pound.
2014.
Put your head down and
yeah.
go. Just hit somebody.
Listen,
Yeah,
Philip
yeah,
Lindsay, Melvin Gordon, Derrick Henry,
Derrick
them boys gonna be
Henry.
boom,
Oh,
boom,
oh yeah.
Yeah,
Melvin Gordon. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said.
to
It's
the
gonna
Broncos, yeah.
it's gonna be the running backs are gonna get their due. We got a rookie running back behind Henry that I think is gonna surprise. You know what I'm saying, as a nice little backup combo when they focus on Henry.
Right.
And you know what? I'm not gonna sleep on the passing offense. Like I said, I think they'll get a couple plays in. So AJ Brown's gonna continue to have his come out party. I'm really expecting a breakout year from him, even more than his rookie season. So, just in this week one, though, I think it'll be more of the running back and defender battles for us this week. So I'll say, we take the edge by about 3 points. Like I said,
we all eating W's this week, boys.
Hey,
yeah.
Hey, coming back next week, and we all better come up with a dub.
No, yeah,
especially
we'll
you,
see.
Parker, because I'm talking mad shit if y'all lose. I'm talking
Bro, if you lose to the
mad
Jets,
shit,
I'm
yeah.
talking mad shit.
Dolphins though? Oh, come on, man.
Uh-oh.
Listen, no, but
Dude,
Dwayne, listen. Tannehill needs to be turnover free. Because this Broncos
Yes.
defense is no joke. They're going to
I
pick
do
60
agree.
a lot, and they're going to make him fumble. He's going to hold that ball. He's going to hold that ball.
Listen, I do not disagree with you there, sir.
Is
I
Clowney
totally
playing
agree.
week one?
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure he is.
I mean, you
I'm
throw
not-
him in there and
to
tell him to
see.
hit somebody. He's fine. I mean,
He might and he might not. I don't know, because usually with systems, when you get
Y'all wanna,
acquainted like that, you gotta.
You
get
run
acquainted with
three defensive linemen and 4 linebackers, or 4-3?
Usually that. Well, actually, when I think about it, he is familiar with how Vrabel runs defenses because
he does mix, I think.
was in Houston, he was familiar already. So
he does 4-3.
actually, he
Okay.
might be able to play week one. He might actually be a complete difference maker. And
You
it
know,
just makes me say Houston that much more is just that much more dumb than they possibly could be. So let that man just walk.
Maybe more guaranteed pass play. You just say, yo, go out there and rush. Just get him.
Yeah.
I mean-
And like I said, man, look, we got a Vic Beasley too. That's why I'm like this. I'm paying attention to those two more specifically. Beside younger players, I'm paying attention to those two because
Beasley will look better in Variable's defense too than he did with Dan Quinn. So
yeah, fellas, no, this is gonna be. I'm paying attention to those two players specifically because in Vic's case, I remember he had that year the Falcons went to the Super Bowl. He had one of his best years, and he's kind of just been up and down since. Sometimes you need a change of scenery, and I feel like this change of scenery is gonna allow him now with Clowney being in the mix. It's going to allow him to really showcase what he can do for real. I don't even think he's in his prime yet, so we'll see. That's what I said. I'm excited to see how our defense goes this year.
Dwayne's going like Clowney Defensive Player of the Year over here. I mean,
it could be. I don't know, man. We'll get into the prediction aspect of that. We'll see. But nonetheless, this is going to be an exciting year, fellas. I'm excited to see how everybody does. I'm
it's going to be a good year. There's a lot of storylines this year too.
Yes.
Yeah.
That makes football that much more exciting is when the storylines are really just.
It feels like I can't think of a team right now, at least. We'll find out in the first couple of weeks who's like the Dolphins of last year. Like, they're just going to be bad. They're trying to get the first pick or close to it.
The Jags,
yeah.
Okay.
They've been letting everybody.
I agree with that, but Doug Marrone's stupid enough to fuck that up. They need to fire him because he'll try to win.
He's gone after this year. They're just going to keep him down.
Did you hear what he said? They were like, "Are you trying to tank?" He's like, "If we have a bad year, I'm gone." So he's going to try to win. If he's smart, he would purposely lose and get Trevor Lawrence and call it a day.
Yep.
Oh my God, what's Fields? Justin Fields.
Fields or Lawrence. Yep.
Right. So I hate Doug Marrone. He left the Bills mid-season, and that's not thinking.
Yeah, that's trash.
Trash.
Listen. So I guess that being said, now that we've kind of given our opening thoughts, on what we feel about opening week, let's go ahead and just make our predictions as a whole going into the season. Fellas, what are you predicting? What's in your crystal balls here of what you see in this year's NFL season?
So, I mean, you want to go You just want to talk playoff teams, just straight off the bat?
Let's do by division and our 3
Sure.
wildcard teams. So I'll name the division. We all name a team.
Let's
Good
go.
with that?
Let's do it.
I got AFC East. Bills Mafia, baby! Let's go! Listen, this is our time to finally win the division. We're going to take it over. We're going 12-4, winning the division, and making it at least, I said this in February, back in February, before all this other stuff happened, AFC Championship minimum. Minimum AFC Championship by my Bills Mafia, baby. AFC East champs.
I'm not going to go any other prediction other than Pat's. I mean, our resume speaks for itself. Patriots.
Hour, as he started coming here. Back, what was it, 2 months ago, camp sign? 2 months ago, he was hour.
Once a Patriot, always a Patriot.
That's what they say, man. That's what they say. Dwayne, come on, man. Mr. Moderator.
Man, listen. I hate to be the guy that has to be the middleman in between these two split votes. You know,
Dwayne's going Dolphins. No, I'm kidding.
Not even close.
Jet
not
Nation.
Even close. They're a nice little young, but they got a long way to go. I'm actually gonna, unfortunately, sorry, Jonathan, I am gonna go with the Patriots. However, listen.
He's just mad we beat that ass last year, boy.
I do have your Bills coming as a wild card.
I do too.
I see it being competitive. But it's still Belichick's still in that tree, and he knows you guys very in and out. So, and Cam's a man on a mission.
Cheers, Dwayne.
To me, that just seems like a motivated quarterback and a coach who knows the team well. I got them taking this division, but the Bills are definitely.
You know what, Dwayne? I had picked something that was in favor of the Titans. I'm about to cross this shit out right now. Fuck that.
Hold up then. Hold up. Just because Dwayne picked our conference, our division, we need to pick his division.
Okay. AFC South, baby.
AFC South. Jonathan, who you got?
I got the Colts.
I got the Colts.
No. That's this is before. No, this ain't after you said that, Dwayne.
Dwayne really is gonna hate us. I got the Colts.
Yeah,
I got the Colts too.
Listen, I had the Colts. Go ahead.
I just want to say, I mean, I got the Titans in the wild card. I think the Titans are a solid team, but I think a lot of people are sleeping on the Colts this year.
I think so.
Okay.
So this all for me depends on Phillip Rivers.
Oh yeah.
If he can give better than Brissett, which I mean,
yes,
can he probably? Then you argue they're up there, right? I mean, they have everything else. They built the offensive line. They have the running game. They have the receivers. The defensive line has been rebuilt. The linebacker crew is kind of injured, but they're hopefully they're healthy this year.
They have a solid linebacker. I mean, they have one of the best linebackers in the league. So
well, he got hurt last year. So I'm saying if he's back to what he was, yeah. Hopefully. I'll
tell you what it comes down for me with the Colts. It's just as easy as this. I think they'll have the best offensive line in the league.
100%. I agree.
So, and I think I drafted my fantasy, and I think he's a sleeper. I think starting off, they're going to be a committee backfield with Marlon Mack, Naheem Hines, and then the rookie Jonathan Taylor. But I'm really familiar with Jonathan Taylor and as far as what he did in college, and I know that's different. But this kid is legit. This kid, I'm telling you, I mean, he reports out of training camp, and as well as the Colts management knows what they're doing every time they draft somebody. So
right.
I'm going with Taylor and the Colts only for the offensive line reason. And I do think Phillip Rivers kind of has that not chip on his back, but I just think he's always – I think for him it's just he's looking at it as a fresh start. So I think he's probably gained some years on his arm by just going to a new place because he's like, all right, like this is it for me. Like I got to win now. So
and that O-line needs to be great because he can't be getting hit all year.
Exactly. And especially with the backs they have, I just think they're gonna be, and then T.Y. Hilton, like they're gonna be solid. So
right.
All right, fellas. So I hear what you're saying, and I feel you. I do. But I gotta go Tennessee Titans taking this division. Normally, the Colts are our greatest rival. They are. They've always been somehow able. They've been like the Patriots of our division where they've always somehow crept up and taken it. But this is definitely our year to do it. Like I said, I'm number one more so because of that defense. I feel like this defense is really about to surprise a lot of people and be a top defense in the NFL this year. But I will definitely say that it's not going to be an easy one to win, but we're going to win it because the Colts I'm not sleeping on. I definitely believe in what they have. You know, Uncle Philip has a little something left in the tank to show people. And but I've never really seen him make receivers better like Peyton Manning or Tom Brady. You know what I'm saying? Normally his receivers always been star ones. And he's got T.Y. out there. The T.Y. can't seem to stay healthy most times. So I don't know. I don't know just yet. We'll see. We'll see what they can do. I don't sleep on them. I definitely don't sleep on Deshaun Watson. You get what I'm saying? Because Deshaun is Deshaun. He just doesn't have anyone to throw to right now.
Yeah, but Bill O'Brien is Bill O'Brien.
So even if he ends up being okay, Bill O'Brien, I hope he suffers. So I hope they go like 3-13 because he needs to get fired. Deshaun deserves a better coach, a better GM. I don't know why the hell they gave him GM duties in the first place or decision making. The guy barely, I mean, he has experience as an OC and a head coach in other places, but he didn't deserve to be a Belichick right away in Houston. That's crazy to me. Yeah. And look what he did. Traded away the best player, arguably top 5 player in the league. How can he
just got an extension? Just got an extension.
Arizona's happy as hell to have him.
Yeah. Yep. So is Kyler Murray.
Right.
That's what I say.
Right.
I mean, fellas, this is at the end of the day, I see this division coming down as far as who wins it to us and the Colts. With, like I said, if Houston tries, it's only because of the hero-like abilities of Deshaun Watson and whatever he can make out. If he can make,
they're gonna kill him. They're gonna kill him too. If they make the playoffs, Deshaun Watson's body will be destroyed.
We'll see how this goes, man. So I don't sleep on Houston only because of Deshaun, but like you guys, I don't see how they go too far based off how they're currently constructed.
Right.
And the Jags, we already mentioned, they just seem to be ready to tank. So we don't see or expect much out of them.
2 wins easy for each of y'all.
Let's like I said, it comes down to my Titans and the Colts, but I got us ultimately edging it out with the Colts coming as a wild card possibly as well because they are a dark horse. So what's the next division, sir?
We got the AFC West. Let's just make it easy here.
Yeah,
Chiefs.
Come on, boys. Just Chiefs. On to the next.
Superstar MVP. Gonna do it again. Unanimous. 14-2 for the season is my prediction. They're just ballers. They're ballers. Hey, Bills play Chiefs on a Thursday night. That could be a hell of a – now, I'm not saying we'll beat them, but it's going to be a hell of a showcase. If that's the chance for the Bills to at least compete and show the rest of the world, we can keep up with them at least. You know what I mean? So
you'll know a little bit. You'll know a little bit about your predictions from that game for sure.
Absolutely. So now we have AFC North. Big Ben is back. Big Ben is back. I will say that.
It's the Ravens. Come on.
Still the Ravens.
Fellas, you know what?
Woo! Hold on. Where are you going with?
I think if he goes,
if he says, I think I know where he's going to. But
if he goes with this team, I'm gonna freaking walk out of here right now.
Say it. I'm gonna walk.
Fellas, you know what? I'm taking the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Where'd you think he was going, Jonathan?
I thought he was taking Odell booty.
I was about to walk out of here. I started to mess with y'all.
Boo boo on the chest, Odell.
I was gonna do it to mess with y'all.
Oh no, sir! I would have logged off.
Like, nah, I'm thinking the Pittsburghs are gonna reclaim the throne. I'm thinking they're actually going to be a sleeper this year because of the fact that they had such a disappointing year last year. The James Connors and the Juju Smith-Schusters and everything. Like, I feel like this is their year to remind people, hey, we still – Big Ben, like you said, can still show he has a little something left in the tank, much like Phillip Rivers. Matter of fact, that's probably going to be the most interesting story between 3 quarterbacks this year of – who's still got something left in the tank? Is it old Brady? Is it old Roethlisberger? Or is it old man Rivers? Which one of these old quarterbacks have what it takes to still last? Because Eli's gone now. So that just means it's these 3 old men now, the oldest quarterbacks in the league right now, I believe. So let's, I'm taking Big Ben.
Big Ben's elbow injuries, that's that's like pitchers barely come back from that in baseball. I mean, it's not. I mean, he's only a throwing quarterback now, so let's keep that in mind. He ain't scrambling like he used to. He's a little older, so I don't know. That for me, it's the Ravens. I trust Lamar.
I got the Ravens.
Yeah,
I got 100%. The Ravens for sure. But
supposed to argue, Parker. We got to go back to the Patriots.
You can't argue with greatness, and that's Lamar Jackson.
That's a fact.
I feel you guys, but there's a reason for me not picking the Ravens. I'm going to remain very quiet about that one, but there's a reason for it. You guys, just know. Don't be surprised if you don't see the same Lamar that you saw in the previous 2 seasons.
Ooh.
This may be
insider information. Hold on a second.
Might be a slight setback. Some people gonna be shocked this year. I don't know, but what's the next division we got, fellas?
So I guess you can do wild card for the AFC. So for me, I had overall for the divisions, I had Bills, Chiefs, Colts, Ravens. My 3 wild card teams are the Patriots, Steelers, and Titans, which is hilarious.
Yeah, let's go
back. Listen, it's the opposite of what you guys said in the divisions, right? So I still had your teams that you said would win divisions making the playoffs because they're that good.
So you said Patriots, Steelers, and Titans
are my 3. So 7. Yeah, because it's 7 teams.
John, I had Bills, Steelers, Titans.
Wow. Wow. Hey, that's that OTS, baby. That's how we do. Hey, listen, and this is the year I'll say, with everything going on, any team has a chance to win this shit. You get in the playoffs, any team has a chance to win this shit. I'm telling you right now. Patriots Cam could just turn up. He's made that run before. Cam as a wild card for me, he could make it happen. So
that's hilarious. Who you got for a wild card, Dwayne?
I mean, pretty much the same of what you guys got. I mean, I definitely, as I mentioned to Jonathan earlier, I have the Bills coming as a wild card off top. I definitely have chose the Colts because, again, whether it's us or the Colts that win the division, I feel like one of us is coming in that wild card spot. Being a Titans fan, I'm saying, hey, we win in the division this year. So the Colts will definitely in that be there with an honorable mention of, like I said, depending on what Deshaun Watson does, they could actually be that wild card over the Colts. But as far as the Steelers, you know what? In that division, this is where y'all probably walk off. I'm actually going to say the Browns surprised you guys and actually become a wild card. They're actually going to be a wild card.
If the Browns make the playoffs as a wild card, I will donate $50 to a charity of your choosing.
If the Browns
without the Ravens make the playoffs at all, I'll say that.
If the Browns make the wild card, I will go shit on Odell Beckham myself.
Yes!
Oh my gosh! Oh my goodness!
Wow. Six Families Radio. We're sorry about that. Yo, Odell, wild boy. That's what I'll say. He a wild boy.
Man.
Hey, listen, I don't think the Browns do that, but we'll see. Kevin Stefanski is actually a good coach. He's really good. He was a really good coach with the Vikings. So
and you did say yourself, given what's going on, this is looking like a very unpredictable year. So just get ready for the ride, y'all.
Hey, I like the hot take, Dwayne. We've been vanilla with our picks, so I'll take it.
We've been basically we copying each other. We're team for team. We're boring. You know our moderator is supposed to moderate. We're being boring. So let's move on to other divisions. We have the NFC East. For myself, I have the Eagles. Where's Derek? Oh, Derek ain't in the background this time.
Derek
he's not in the background this time. Derek, your Eagles win the NFC East again. So that for me, that's just they've been consistent. They made it happen. If Wentz stays healthy, they could make a serious run, in my opinion. But I got the Eagles. Always.
I'll tell you this: Jalen Hurts is going to be a breakout player this year. I mean, I don't have him winning any type of award. Wentz doesn't stay healthy enough. Jalen Hurts takes a spot and surprises a lot of people. I dig it. But no, I got the Cowboys. Sorry, Derek. I know everyone. I'm glad he's not on here. So when he hears this later, Cowboys, baby. But I just think that they have a lot of weapons. I like their draft picks this year. CeeDee Lamb, Michael Gallup now, and Amari Cooper. I think Dak takes a step up. this year, obviously with Zeke, and then I think they have a solid defense. So, and their offensive line's always solid. So, I mean, I just have the Cowboys. I don't think Wentz stays healthy enough, and I think that, I don't know. I don't know. Something's telling me Cowboys.
So. You know what? Gerald McCoy going down for them, for
that was
end
big.
The season. That was huge, man.
Yeah.
Hey, but listen, Aqib Talib so their secondary is weak. That's the biggest weakness of the Cowboys right now. Aqib Talib is getting healthy in free agency right now. Earl Thomas is just sitting out there. They could just grab him.
Well, Earl wants to go to Dallas, so I'm surprised that hasn't happened yet.
Yeah,
but
it's almost bound to happen, right? That's just my thought.
No, I got the boys, baby.
What you got, Dwayne?
Once again, this is my partner and my man in crime, but sorry, Derek, I actually have to go with the Cowboys to take.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
But much like my boy Jonathan, the Eagles will make the playoffs.
Yes,
they just won't make it as division winners. They'll be a wild card. However, my decision on this is subject to change on one of two things. It depends, because I do like where Parker was going with that. If Jalen Hurts eventually gets a start, they will win the division.
Ooh. Y'all are gonna piss Derek
if
the fuck
Jalen
off.
Hurts does not start and it is Wentz.
I like this take. I'm with that take right there. Sign me up for that. I have no faith. Yes.
Derek's gonna fire all of us. Stop it. Stop talking bad about Wentz. Stop it. He's gonna call me. He's gonna call me and be like, "What the fuck are they saying?" He's listening. He's always listening. You say Eagles. No, you say Wentz. The man appears out of nowhere.
We picked this team to win the Eastern Conference Finals earlier. He can take this. He can take. Look, we just hyped up the Celtics.
This man will defend Wentz could beat the shit out of him, and he would say thank you.
Yeah. No, with his broken knees and everything else, if Wentz punched Derek Wentz would be more hurt than Derek. So
probably. So let's NFC West. I have the Seahawks. Seahawks are just so consistent. Air raid offense. Defense is always consistent. Special teams is always top in the league. They're so good to me, man. The Seahawks. I don't know how they've done it for so many years.
I think Kyle Shanahan is like a prodigy, not even a prodigy in the making. Kyle Shanahan, like I was so high on Shanahan when he was in Atlanta. You saw what he did with that team when one year took him to the Super Bowl. So I love Kyle Shanahan, but I'm with the Seahawks. I mean, Russell Wilson, I think they amp up the running game this year. They always have a solid defense. So yeah, Seahawks for me, for sure.
Man, this is a tough one because of the fact that I do love Russell Wilson and I will never count him out. And the 49ers, as you mentioned, Kyle Shanahan is a offensive genius with what he can scheme. However, they still have that Garoppolo guy, and I just don't trust it. Plus, there's this thing called a Super Bowl slump that never fails. Therefore, I have the Arizona Cardinals coming out of this division.
I thought it was going Hogs.
Y'all did not expect that, right? Yes, and this is why. Because they have a major upgrade at wide receiver in DeAndre Hopkins. They've got a lot of key pieces, and I mean, they also got rid of David Johnson at running back, and they have an upgrade there, I believe, as well. Kyler Murray, yes, you could argue that this could be his sophomore slump, but I think it's going to be actually the opposite. I think now everything that he learned, as we saw, he growed throughout the season.
Oh, yeah.
And I think this is now his come-out party to showcase people.
And Hopkins don't hurt, baby.
Yeah. As long as Hopkins is healthy, I think that Hopkins and Murray connect is going to be something kind of like what we saw with DeAndre.
I'll tell you this. Murray, for me, will definitely take a step up, but not a big enough step. I'm not high on him, but I'm not low on. Like, I think Kyler Murray will produce production. I'm also not really high on Cliff Kingsbury. I still think that he's kind of like, I don't know. I am high on their draft picks, but I still think the Cardinals are a year or two away from making some noise. So I don't even have to make in the playoffs. So
wow,
that's a good one. I mean, because I do have the Seahawks as my.
It just depends on how you feel about Kyle Murray, to be honest with you.
Right.
And I think he'll. I mean, I don't have that much faith in him yet. So
this is to prove a year for him.
Yeah. I think
Could be
this
it.
is the prove it year. I think this is where he.
I would love to see him do good. I like him.
Yeah.
I mean,
He proves me wrong,
and
sure.
another reason I also say this is because look at what just happened with Lamar Jackson. That was his second year.
Right.
And
You're not
look
wrong.
what he did in his
But
second
let me tell you this:
So
Lamar is different from Kyler Murray, bro.
You're right, because Kyler can throw.
Oh my God.
Kyler can actually throw it, and he can.
This Zoom meeting has been ended. Goodbye.
He can run, and he may not be
Hey,
as
that was good,
dynamic
Dwayne.
as Lamar, but he can definitely bomb that thing.
Man.
The guy
Dwayne-
like Hopkins.
Dwayne
I think
is
Dwayne hates Lamar, bro.
No, I love Lamar. I love
Just
Lamar. I
playing.
really do. I do love Lamar.
okay.
I think this is one of those weird surprise years, man. Look, the NFL never fails to give you that year of surprise with the team where you're like, I expected.
I think too many people are too high on Murray right now. That's the problem. I think I just want to be against the grain. I think a lot of people are expecting him to have a really good year, and I expect him to have a good year, but just not a really good year.
Right. So, but the thing is, with all that pressure, if he does it, he's proven a lot to me.
Exact same. I'll be more than happy to be like, dude, sip of the cap.
You proved me wrong, right?
Yeah.
So NFC South. I mean, it's almost pretty much as easy as anything else, right? Saints for me.
Saints.
I don't think the Buccaneers are going to be able to put enough together
for y'all.
I don't think the Panthers deserve anything because they let Cam go.
Yep, fuck them.
I fuck them. So the Saints defense is great. Defensive line is amazing. Secondary is great. I mean, where are they weak? Where are they weak? If Breeze somehow gets hurt, whatever you want to call it, put Jameson. I think Sean Payton can flip a switch in Jameis that you've never seen before.
Yeah, and think about the safety net that Jameis doesn't have to make. I mean, he's not going to be throwing. I agree with you. Jameis would be a good fit with Sean Payton, but I also think that Jameis doesn't have to do all this crazy shit because he's got Jason Hill to come in and do that crazy shit for him. So yeah, I mean, I think the Saints are, and they just there was trouble in the water for like one day, and then Kamara's already talking extension. So
that's what good teams do, baby.
Yeah. So
I got Saints.
Yeah, I got the Saints for sure. I can already tell Dwayne's going different here. I already know who he's picking. Dwayne's gonna come with some spicy shit, but let me hear it.
Oh, he's in Atlanta. I know where he's going.
I know he was going Falcons, bro. He's going Falcons.
Okay, so this is a very tricky one for me because of the fact that it's a very tricky division. This division will always seem to just
This division is. You remember like 2 years ago when 3 teams from this division made the playoffs?
Yeah, this division has always been one of the ones. It's almost the opposite of what the NFC East is. In terms of how the NFC East, you never can tell who's going to win it because they all start to suck at some point, but yet they're all still in it because they suck.
Yep.
The NFC, on the other hand, as far as the South goes, is usually they're pretty competitive, and there's usually just one that's not. Ladies and gentlemen, I am going for the surprise element with the Carolina Panthers to come out of this division.
What the fuck is wrong with you, man?
Yes.
I love this.
This is now, there are people out there.
I love Teddy Bridgewater, but nah, bro.
No, this is the spice.
This is why I say such a thing, though. Yes, there is no Cam, but there is still Mr. CMC. Him alone is going to keep this team very competitive, and I think people sleep on that factor there. But you still have a DJ Moore, who is also a very up-and-coming dynamic receiver. And more than likely, as long as Teddy Bridgewater is accurate enough to get him that ball, chances are offensively you guys are actually going to be surprised at what that connection can do.
And defense.
However, now Carolina's defense is what I question because since there's no Riverboat Ron, I don't know what this new coach is going to bring, but that is my other element to this because as we know, usually with new coaches and new systems, there's an element of surprise there. You don't know what to quite expect. And I just feel like they have a very dark horse feel to them right now because everybody expects Tampa to just surge the gates of this division. And New Orleans has just been proven consistently. So everybody assumes, hey, it's New Orleans. How could you not?
I would agree with the
getting-
dark horse field though. I say like but I'm thinking like a dark horse to go like 500, not a dark horse to make
Win the
like I'm thinking
division.
like people are gonna go like
Mm.
people are thinking they're gonna win 4 games. Like I think they'll win 8.
Right.
But
No, they
But
won't. They
no.
won't be terrible, I don't think, but not division winners. Dwayne, come
I'm
on,
about to give you.
man.
I think
I mean,
personally,
listen, strange things have happened.
stranger things have happened. My
And
next, the last for the NFC North, I got a spicy pick for y'all. Don't you worry.
Uh-oh.
Hey, listen.
Listen.
Who you
Here we
got?
go. Who you got? Let's get to it.
I'm going with the Bears.
I don't know if that's as spicy as you would think, my friend. What?
Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. Mr. Trubisky's dick. Don't get me wrong. He's booty. All right. But I like the Bears, man. Just something about the Bears to me feels right. Like their defense, of course, obviously is elite. But I just feel like I just like I mean, Jonathan's got something against the Bears, I can tell. But I like the Bears. I mean, this division to me was the trickiest because I honestly can make a case for all of them. But I think there's trouble in paradise with the Packers. I think the Lions, to me, it's the Lions. Like I think they're a 500 team, but no, I think the Bears make some noise this year. I think Trubisky's better than last year. I think Trubisky looks like he did the year he made the Pro Bowl, even though I don't think he should have made the Pro Bowl. I still think he looks like that. But I'm going the Bears, man.
I'm pissed the Bears. This is why I don't like the Bears. Don't think they deserve it. Is they took in Nick Foles at $23 million of dead cap.
Oh,
yeah. They could have gotten Cam Newton for $5 million, and I would have picked him for the division right away with Cam. Right away. Right away. That defense is like top 3. It's Patriots, Bills, Bears.
Yeah.
Or you flip the Bears and Bills,
you got a couple,
depending how you see it.
Yeah.
I mean, like top 3. you why not? Like Cam would have been basically the Bears are what the Panthers were when Cam made the Super Bowl run defensively.
Yep, exactly.
So you get Nick Foles and then you don't fucking start him. You still start Trubisky? Come on, man. I think Trubisky, he's just not that guy. So, I mean.
Well, if he's not, then Nick Foles is. Let's go Bears.
Hey, you know what? And Nick Foles is known to hop in midseason and make things happen. Yep. So, but I got Packers because Aaron Rodgers is still Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, I love Aaron Rodgers.
Quick comment, and I know it's a little off topic, but I just need to make this comment. Do you guys know, and I made this post on the Sideline group, in the past 35 years, 30 years, the Packers have had Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers as quarterback, and that's it. Barring injury, right? With only one Super Bowl each to show for it. What a fucking failure of an organization. He still won a Super Bowl. I get it. But considering the level of talent, this would be like having Tom Brady and not winning shit.
Yep.
Right. Peyton Manning never winning, even the Colts don't even deserve a lot of credit.
It'd be like having Tom Brady and Cam Newton back to back and not winning shit. And they're both about to win. So it's like,
oh my God, here we go.
No, that is crazy though. Like they're the greatest quarterbacks of all time. Like,
and almost nothing to show for it because they never gave support. Cheap ass organization.
Just throw all everything on those two guys because they're good enough for it. But then they get their one and they're happy for 10 years.
Exactly. Which I mean, as a Bills fan, I'll take one. But
yeah,
either way though, to consider the level, if we had Rodgers, I'd be pissed if we only got one. If we had Favre, I'd be pissed if we only got one. That's just crazy. So, but I got Packers. Just so consistent. Aaron Jones, AJ Dillon is a sleeper for me. Gonna be a baller. Parker, you might know a little about him, obviously.
Yeah.
And I think he's gonna ball out. Nice little compliment to Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones is the home run hitter. Dillon's the earthquake.
Yep.
So I mean, we'll see. And then for wild card, it's funny because I have Cowboys.
Dwayne, who'd you pick?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, Dwayne, what you got for NFC North?
Ladies and gentlemen, I have selected as my division winner to be the Detroit Lions. Just playing.
I was just saying we need a new mediator.
Bro. Nah, I'm actually joshing you guys. No, I'm going to go with the Minnesota Vikings, believe it or not,
good pick.
To take this
one.
I will, I still don't trust Cousins per se because he's half and half, but I feel like they still got a little chip on the shoulder and they're going to try to prove a point, and this is kind of a make or break year for them. So I'm picking them to take this division and try to see what they can do from there.
I like that. Speaking of the Vikings, I got them for wild card. I got Eagles, Niners, Vikings.
So for me, I have, and Parker, you just mentioned it with the NFC South a few years back.
Yep.
3 NFC West teams making the playoffs. Cardinals, 49ers, Seahawks. Obviously, Seahawks win the division.
Yep.
And Cowboys is my other wild card.
You know what's – oh, you got the Cowboys. Okay.
Yep, I do have the Cowboys. Yep, Cowboys, Cardinals, 49ers. I think that NFC West and the AFC South are going to be the 2 toughest divisions in the NFL this year, top to bottom. AFC West, Chargers have fell off a bit, and I don't really have faith in them. So I think Cardinals are going to make something happen. I think with Hopkins going there, Murray's going to take that step. Prove Parker wrong is what I'm trying
These
to
wild cards were hard picks. These wild cards were hard picks. I mean,
they were.
Me and Jonathan we left out Atlanta. We left out the Bucks. We left out I left out the Cardinals. I did like the Cardinals. I left out Green Bay. I left out
yeah.
You're talking about some serious
– all teams that can maybe win 10 games and still not make the playoffs.
They still make them. That's what I'm saying. That's the thing with the NFC, though. But
oh, yeah, always like that for sure.
Yep. Who you got, Dwayne?
As far as my wild card goes, again, as you guys just greatly emphasized, it is a tough call in this entire conference. However, I do have, as stated, I've got the Eagles. I've got the Seahawks, and of course, I've got those Green Bay Packers because I feel like the only reason I didn't choose them to win the division is because I think they're gonna have a little bit of butting heads between Aaron Rodgers and the whole, quarterback situation.
Yeah, that's the only reason I didn't pick him to make playoffs.
LaFleur, exactly. I think that's gonna cause some tension a little bit, and then eventually they'll get it together, and either Rodgers is just gonna do Rodgers and cause them to win, or he'll finally kind of go with the flow, free flow it, and they do just enough to become a wild card spot and see what happens from there. So,
Aaron Rodgers isn't a Green Bay Packer by next year, by the way.
Let's go, Buffalo. Let's go.
Oh, I thought you loved Josh Allen.
I love Josh Allen, but you're talking like
he's the future, bro.
Automatic Super Bowl not.
No. That's
no,
funny.
Allen's developing. We'll see where he gets. But, who wouldn't want Rodgers? Let's be realistic. Put Rodgers on the Patriots. In these past 10 years, how many chips do they have? 5?
They probably have the same. Yeah, they probably have a good
more
amount.
Than Brady.
No, probably the same because Brady and Belichick were a match made in heaven.
Yeah, I can see. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Well, let's talk about some of these players that are going to take some of these teams to these playoffs. So, who you got, playa? Dwayne, what do you want? Who we starting with here, Mr. Moderator?
Ooh, that is a good question, fellas. I'm gonna have to actually pass that off to you, fellas, as I think and ponder.
Jonathan, who are you thinking
for MVP?
Off the bat?
Listen,
let's go.
I have everything ready to go. No, I have it all.
I got them all right here.
I have it all. My coach of the year this year will be Sean McDermott of the Buffalo Bills with a 12-4 record, winning the division. Okay, I'm going to say my MVP of the season, who deserves it and is always overlooked, and I'm sick of it. Russell Wilson.
Oh,
that man needs MVP. Come on, you got to give it to him.
It was close for me.
Offensive Player of the Year, which is obviously separate from MVP. Derrick Henry, Dwayne got you. Derrick Henry's going to carry for the Offensive Rookie of the Year or Player of the Year. Defensive Player of the Year, linebacker Tremaine Edmonds from the Buffalo Bills. From the Buffalo Bills, baby. No bias. And then I have Offensive Rookie of the Year as Joe Burrow. I think he's going to, do pretty well this year.
Sure.
And Defensive Rookie of the Year, you got to give it to Chase Young. That man's a beast. He's gonna make it happen. So that's what I got.
Hold on. Let me get your comeback player of the year.
Oh, I gotta go with Cam.
You do.
Well, with comeback player of the year, you don't need to. So if he
Alex
carries
Smith or Cam,
if Alex Smith plays, yeah. But if he takes the Patriots to the 10-6 record in my world, right?
Yeah.
10-6 record in the wild card, Cam's my comeback. He was injured.
100%.
They thought he was out. He's making $1 million for the year. He deserves it. You know what I mean? So
and the storyline, like the media loves it.
100%.
The media hated him, and now they love him.
100% comeback.
So I'll go off the bat MVP Patrick Mahomes. I think they just You went Mahomes, you go Jackson, now you're going right back to Mahomes. I just think it's Patrick. Like that could be an easy lock. You got Mahomes. Offensive Player of the Year, Mahomes. I mean, that just to me, both of those go hand in hand. Defensive Player of the Year, I'm going Nick Bosa. I think he's solid. He's a solid guy. I think he'll really shine. Offensive or defensive player rookie of the year, I got Chase Young. We'll match on that one.
All right.
Offensive rookie of the year, I'm going another LSU guy, but not Burrow. I'm going Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I think he's going to tear it up with Kansas City. I think.
Wow.
I think he's going to kill it. So,
wow. Good choice.
And then Coach of the Year, 11-5, Bill Belichick, baby.
Fuck him.
My man takes a depleted roster, a whole new team, whole new quarterback, and he still does his thing. They win the division, and my man Bill Belichick is on it. So I'm going Bill Belichick, and then comeback player of the year, Cam Newton. So that's what I'm going with, boys. I love those picks.
Dwayne, what you got? Who's your coach of the year? I'll go in order for you. You can pick them out.
Man. All right. So, you know what? This is tough. This is really, really tough. You know, coach of the year, believe it or not, I'm actually gonna go with Mike Vrabel as coach of the year this year with my Titans.
No bias.
It's a little biased, but it's also just kind of like I think of where we were last year and how far we got. And I think now, even with that, it's still kind of overlooked to where this is kind of a prove-it year to show, like, you're here to stay kind of deal. And I think we're going to have double-digit wins. I can't really say yet. I'm thinking along the lines of, 12, maybe 11, somewhere around there. But definitely out of that 8-8-ish type of thing that kind of gets you just in the door. Like now I think it's going to showcase itself between that defense – and then also, I
almost went with him for coach of the year.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go with Vrabel on that. Go ahead and throw me the next one. I've been kind of pondering on these.
MVP.
Okay, so I was leaning towards Patrick Mahomes. I was, but I'm actually gonna go with Deshaun Watson.
Wow. I mean, if he takes him to the playoffs,
I think he's gonna do something that's gonna give him an MVP. He's gonna get that Russell Wilson kind of deal, where how like you got like Jonathan just mentioned, Russell Wilson seems to always get there, but he doesn't get it, but he deserves it. I think that'll be what Deshaun Watson does. I think he's gonna turn some heads in the fact that, man, you literally lost all of your weapons.
I mean, the storyline set up for him. He lost his best receiver, one of the best receivers in the league. So if he goes off, sure.
Yeah, I can see it.
I see it.
Offensive player of the year.
Whoo, boy. Offensive player of the year, that's definitely Patrick Mahomes all the way, for sure.
Defensive player of the year. It's a lot to say county.
Actually, I'm going to say Vic Beasley, believe it or not. I'm going to go Vic Beasley. I think Clowney's going to disguise it, and he's going to allow Vic Beasley.
Vic to eat up?
Yeah, I think Vic's going to surprise people and actually kind of eat up and just be like a sack machine again and look like he did his Super Bowl year with the Falcons that year. So I think he's going to actually take it.
I like it.
Offensive rookie of the year.
This is one of my favorites. I'm actually going to go with Mr. Jerry Jeudy. Offensive rookie of the year. Broncos. Been hearing a lot of great things about this brother in practice. And, they got a nice little quarterback that nobody's talked about yet, but people are really interested in seeing over there in Denver.
Right.
And I think him and Jerry Jeudy are going to kind of team up and kind of basically be like what Patrick Mahomes and Tyreek Hill are. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to go with Jerry Jeudy.
He got some hot-ass takes today.
He does. I like it, though.
Oh, my God.
Hey, man, we got to stir it up.
Defensive rookie of the year. It's your last one. And then come back.
Gosh. Okay. So I'm going to go with Parker's pick on that one.
Chase Young.
Yeah,
like it.
Chase
He's
Young.
a baller, man.
That's John. Yeah, that's all of our picks, too. He's a freak of nature.
Yeah, he
And then who's got your comeback?
You already know. Come on. Super
Need I
K.
say more?
I'll agree.
Need I say
We
more?
all agree. Listen, if
Believe it
Cam-
or not, he was actually my MVP pick.
I know. I thought about him for MVP
he was
because
my
I thought
MVP
if my
pick.
boy goes off,
Yeah, I was
but I just don't know if he's
actually,
got it in
I
him.
mean, he's not going to win the division, so.
We'll see about that,
Hey,
sir.
hey, but,
I just don't know what
actually
Belichick's going to do with him, so I don't even know what. Like, I can't. I just don't know.
Right.
Like, I can't make that MVP prediction, but I can sure as hell make that comeback player of the year prediction.
Right.
I'm confident enough in that. That's for sure.
Right.
So. But I mean, if I had the balls like Dwayne and just throwing out freaking fiery takes, maybe I should have done it.
Hey, man, I like to do it. Sometimes you got to throw them out there because you just never know, man. You might actually hit it on the nail and be like, I told you so. You know what I mean?
Right.
Now, fellas, real quick, we do have time. Parker's got to go at 9. We have a little time if you want to cover score predictions on week 1.
Oh,
Leave the call under y'all.
I don't know if you saw it. I think
We're
we only
rocking
got
2 minutes. We only got 2 minutes.
Okay. So
Yeah, we just close out here. We can
I
close
go
out.
score prediction Tampa Bay Bucks 40-10.
You know, my Bills are going to be out there. They're going to win 28-3.
28-3. Okay, I gave you guys my prediction with the Titans in Denver on Monday night. I definitely feel that'll be like a defensive game. Or my Titans 20-17. You know what I'm saying? That kind of deal. Nice defensive score.
I love it. Love it. Hey, football's back, boys.
Football's back, boys. We'll be talking.
Yes,
We're going to have some fiery takes next week, though. We might change all of our predictions.
Keep rolling with it. I know, right? Every week we'll change this shit.
Hey,
it's
listen,
going to be a good one.
Thank you guys so much for joining us. We are running short on time. Make sure you follow us at OTS Guys on Instagram. Make sure you check out the website, www.otsguys.com for all things. And until the next time, this is the Sideline Guys, and we are signing out.
Peace.
Oh,
Bills Mafia, baby. Let's go. Let's go.
Tighten up, baby.